Hello everyone, I'm going to be recording a voiceover commentary of the Lim-5P today. Figured a voiceover is easier than overlaying text on the videos, so here we are. The Lim-5P is just really fun to play, and at 8.7, it sits at that battle rating where most of the time you're fighting like early Gen 2s, like, think Sabres and such, that they really don't stand a chance against you at all. So, um, its biggest strength is obviously its afterburning engine. This gives you so much more engine power than pretty much any of your competition. So you're always going to be faster, you're always going to accelerate better, you're always going to have the upper hand in energy in basically every fight. And, you know, here at the very beginning of the match, you can see I'm just climbing straight in. And I'm already above everyone. I'm cruising at like 800, 900 kph, and it's just really chill at the very beginning where you're just looking around, looking for some easy targets to thin out the horde at first. So you can see here, I'm at the very beginning, I'm just loitering above the battlefield, above all the other opponents, and picking out like enemies that I just think will be really quick kills. So these two sabers that I killed at the beginning, they're not paying attention, and yeah, having that extra engine power to give you an advantage at the beginning of the game is just really nice to have compared to, let's say, if you're playing a normal MiG-17 or Saber, where you might even have to side climb for a bit to get this advantage. And also, what makes the Lim-5P like more fun to play in my opinion is the fact that it gets a better gun set than the normal MiG-17. Like MiG-17 obviously has that 37 mil, which is very difficult to aim. That is my least favorite thing about the 15 or the 17. Um, and instead, the Lim-5P has an additional 23 mil with a few extra rounds per gun, and that just gives me more like for leniency towards missing shots, which I do quite a bit. So yeah, in this game, I'm still above everyone else. And one thing that I found most important about flying this thing is to basically watch your speed and to not overshoot. Because since your engine power is so strong, your energy retention is so good, you basically never have to worry about having less energy than your opponents, and the problem becomes making sure you just don't overshoot and maintaining that position on their six. Even though he's traveling in a straight line, I'm traveling in a straight line, I am catching up to him. It's very slight, but the afterburning engine makes it so that you can obviously go at a much higher top speed than them, even though your airframe is still very limited with the your wings are not built for above Mach activities. But you can see how I'm very careful to not overshoot when dogfighting this guy. He's rolling around. He doesn't really, in my opinion, he doesn't really know what he's doing, but he's rolling around, making it a hard target. He kind of breaks my ankles right here, because you're still a MiG-17. You don't roll extremely well, especially at high speeds. But yeah, as long as you stay right behind them, carefully managing your air brake and throttle to not overshoot, you shouldn't really have much problem dealing with most opponents at this PR. So the second F40 comes in, takes a shot at me, I dodge, and then since he kind of took me by surprise with how fast he caught up to me, I turn away, reset the fight, and notice how just after a few seconds of climbing, I'm already, I've already regained all of my lost energy from that first fight with the first F40, and I'm already above this other guy. Which just shows of the Lim-5P's dominance over like other similar generation aircraft at this BR. You do have to look out for some fights against like supersonics, because obviously you are not a supersonic capable airframe, and in those fights against things like, you know, sometimes you do see the MiG 19, sometimes you see lightnings a lot, and planes like that, you do have to play more similarly, more akin to like just normal subsonic jets, and you're not able to really catch those guys if you play properly, but the amazing acceleration does bail you out sometimes. Now, back to the game. So I'm back on the 6 of the second F40 from earlier. He's going after my teammate. I'm not sure if he sees me, but anyway, he pitches up. I try to follow initially, but I notice that I'm going way too fast. So being careful to not overshoot, especially Sabres. I go up and over, and basically you have to play really cautiously if you're unsure about the opponent's current energy state. So right here, I almost full commit. I extend the air brakes for a second. You can see how I was thinking about committing, but I noticed the Valtour coming in last second, so I have to dodge his rounds first. The Valtour, you know, you might have some difficulty catching him if you know he's going like at near his top speed. But right now, the Valtour's bled off so much energy that basically in one turn, I'm on his 6. He's going slower than me, so yeah, he doesn't really stand a chance. So I clean up the Valtour really quickly, despite the best efforts of my aim to fail to kill him. I finish him off eventually, and my attention is back on the F40. During that entire fight with the Valtour, I am still maintained my higher energy over the F40, and you know there's not much he can do. He's trying to get me to overshoot, but the moment that I see he's committing to the fight, I extend the air brake. I try to stay behind him, so notice how I purposely make like wider turns to stay on his 6 roughly, and you know I simply pitch up and get a relatively easy low speed almost stall shot kill, which just shows how like amazing the performance of this airframe still is at low speeds. Again, you're still a MiG-17 with an even better engine to help you handle these like medium speed to low speed fights. The opponent congratulates me for that nice kill, and with this last guy, he's just an A4 ground pounding. At this point, I'm on around 1 minute of fuel, so I'm inclined to wrap up this fight as quickly as possible. The A4 is too low in energy. It really doesn't have a chance to catch me. If I had full fuel, I could just do loops over him all day. So yeah, I just pitch up and over. The A4 can't touch me. And yeah, I can just keep doing loops above him and keep trying for the kill. Eventually, on the second pass, you finish him, and that's the game. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.